number of changes as we get ready for the top of the 8th inning. 6-3. The Braves out in front. Our Aflac question, which has produced the fewest 4-game sweeps for the last 25 years. World Series, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals. Our Aflac trivia answer: there have been 3 World Series sweeps over the last 25 years, all named by Tim McCarver. 4 from the NBA, 8 in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Give me 5 there, brother.
Yeah, we got to give that one to you. Good call.
Here's Eddie Perez. He takes over behind the plate in the double switch as Mark Wohlers is into the game, pitching and batting 5th. Charlie Hayes leads it off. A swinging bunt that will roll and stay fair. Unbelievable. A leadoff base hit, and Hayes is on to start the 8th inning.
Bob, it's unbelievable. You were talking about that a couple of days ago at Yankee Stadium. It's on the grass, stays fair. If it's on the dirt, it's not.
And this is where the home field advantage comes in. You should know your own field. That ball's headed foul, hit something, and came back in. Normally, you would know your own field well enough to know whether that ball's going to stay fair or not. And you could see right there it bounced and came back into fair territory. Didn't get far enough in to hit the grass and go back foul.
You could read Bud Selig's signature 18 times as it went down the third base line. Here's Strawberry, and there's ball 1 outside.
Alan H. Selig.
That's right. So a leadoff hit, and Wohlers, who has a long night ahead of him, a 2-inning night, takes over. A leadoff hit. Now Strawberry with Duncan to follow. Wohlers has picked up 6 straight postseason saves. He's really going to have to work for this one. 1 on, nobody out. Strawberry overmatched, 1-1.
Well, Darrell's not going to be able to hit the high fastball off Mark Wohlers. If he hits the fastball, it's going to have to be down. And you see the riding high fastball right there.
And after the swing, Darrell, you can see with his hand telling himself, make him get it down.
Yep.
To the left side and through. A base hit for Strawberry. And 2 nights in a row, Darrell has poked one through the left side. 2 hits. And the tying run will come to the plate.
Remember, the first fastball was by Strawberry. That was up. That's the base hit. That ball was down. That was about thigh high, mid-thigh high. The pitch through which he swung was the pitch before. That one right there. And then you could see the fastball dipping and Darrell dipping into the single bunch.
Now Mariano Duncan up there swinging. Wohlers broke one off for strike 1.
Well, when you go to the plate looking for a 90-plus fastball and he snaps off a slider like this, it'll fool a lot of good hitters, particularly an aggressive hitter like Duncan. He's shown better patience with runners on base, but that time way out in front of the slider.
Duncan's only hit in the World Series came here last night. Double play ball maybe. Belliard kicks it. They get only 1. Belliard into the game for defensive reasons. It was hard to hit, but it rolled up his arm, and it's 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
Another slider after getting Duncan to chase the first one. This one is a pretty hittable pitch over the plate. Belliard just plays it off the heel of his glove, off his wrist, up into his body, only able to get the force.
Hard hit ball off the bat of Duncan, might have been 2, and it's 1st and 3rd, 1 out. For the catcher, Jim Leyritz, his first at bat of the night. It's not beyond Leyritz to try to pop one over the right field boards.
That's where his power is the opposite field.
Big swing. He was right on it. 98 miles per hour for strike 1. Mike Aldrete off the bench and on deck He'll hit for Nelson. One and one.
86-mile-an-hour slider from Mark Wohlers. It's faster than the best fastball Denny Nagel threw in the ball game.
Right, right. That's right.
The Yankees with a tying run at the plate here in the 8th inning. And now 2-1 on Leyritz.
I think Wohlers is going to the breaking ball too much. This situation right here, this is a game situation. It's almost like Bobby Cox is shaking his head. If you get beat, you want to get beat on your best pitch, not your third best pitch.
2-1 on Leyritz. Another good swing, 2-2. And up to 99 miles per hour from Wohlers.
Oh, with the fans on their feet now. A little extra adrenaline. See if he can crack that 100 mark.
Back-to-back singles and a force out. And a 2-2 pitch coming to Leyritz. Able to get a piece and stay alive.
Went back to the slider on the 2-2 pitch. You'll be able to see the rotation on this pitch. Little dot in the middle there. Ball breaking down and away. Leyritz just able to fight it off and buy himself one more pitch.
Again, the 2-2 to Leyritz. In the air to left field. Back at the track, at the wall. We are tied. Here in the 8th.
And it was a slider in the eyes of Leyritz. Another slider from Wohlers. We talked about it before it happened. They are dancing in the streets of New York right now. And it's a very quiet Fulton County Stadium. A high slider that speeds up the bat head. That's why Leyritz pulled the ball, because it was a slider and not a fastball.
I don't believe I've ever seen Mark Wohlers throw this many sliders in his life.
I think the Yankee bench had a better feel for how far that ball was going than Leyritz. Just did get over the wall as Andrew Jones scaled the left field wall, and Wohlers. The inning started on that ball that stayed fair. Don't forget the missed chance on the double play ball that rolled up the arm of Belliard, and the 3-run home run by Leyritz and a hug from Nelson.
What a remarkable comeback by the Yankees.
They had never overcome a 6-run deficit in their postseason history. And you know what kind of history that's been.
34 World Series. They've won 22. They've lost 11. Wow. Wow.
The wife of Jim Leyritz. And Jim, his heart is pumping. Remember last year, the division series against Seattle in extra innings at the stadium. He poked one the opposite way. That was in '95, and in '96, even bigger in the World Series. Now it's Mike Altretti at the plate. leaving Joe Torre with only 2 position players on his bench. Aldretti batting for Jeff Nelson. To the shortstop, Belliard. The high hop. 2 out.
And now the fastball. And guys, I'll say it again. The slider was his 3rd best pitch. Fastball or a splitter. If Jim Leyritz hits that ball out, then at least he's hit his best stuff out of the ballpark, and you tie it on your best. When you tie it on your 3rd best pitch, you never forgive yourself in a game like this. Never.
Bobby Cox, Leo Mazzoni going to Wohlers here in the 8th inning. And the bottom of the Yankee lineup has produced 3 runs.
Nobody warming up.
Now Tim Raines has something caught in his right eye before he comes to the plate here with 2 out, nobody on in the 8th inning. A 6-6 game here in the 8th inning.
This is what Bob was talking about going to the well too often with the 3rd best pitch. Fastball, can't get around on it. Slider misses high. Slider misses high. Fastball, can't get around on it. Slider. Slider, goodbye.
His first at bat of the night produces a game-tying 3-run home run here in the 8th. And now Raines with 2 out, nobody on. To the second baseman, Lemke. He drops it, but recovers to get the out. A big inning for the Yankees. Capped on a 3-run home run by Leyritz. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Braves bat tied at 6.